Hey guys, Josh here from MobileTechVideos.com today with another exclusive tutorial for the Galaxy S2 device. Today we'll be talking about how to change your boot logo. Okay, so I've released this package for a number of different Galaxy S devices in the past, and now I've redeveloped it and ported it over to work on the Galaxy S2 device, and we're going to be talking about how to change your boot logo. So we'll power this phone on, and notice that the stock logo is in place. The standard Samsung Galaxy S2 GTI 9100 screen is in place. Now, what we need to do here, what we'd like to do, and what you may want to do, is change that image. You can put any image there you would like. And I've actually written a small script and included a few files to help you do this. To start, make sure that you have Root and Busybox pre-installed. You can get that and understand how to root your Galaxy S2 by watching my latest video there. And you can learn more about how to root your phone. That method also includes Busybox, so that'll knock out two birds with one stone. Now once you're done watching that video, just come right on back and we'll show you how to modify the boot logo. So to start, we've got our root and we've got our Busybox installed, and to be honest, we need to go ahead and power the phone back down. Make sure that you have your Galaxy S2 drivers installed. At this time, we'll be using Odin, which is a closed source tool from Samsung designed to help us flash firmwares and things such as this. And you need to have those drivers installed. You can get those drivers at my site and the link in the description below as well. And you can also download Odin, which is the firmware flasher, at the link in the description below as well. So to recap, make sure that you've watched the root video, that you're rooted with Busybox, and once you've done those two, just download the drivers if you don't have them, Odin, and my boot screen package. Okay, so once we have all those, we need to put the phone into download mode. Now you can do this two different ways. You can do this with the factory specific way of volume down, center key, and power all at the same time, or we also offer the Galaxy S download mode jig, which also works on Galaxy S2. This download mode jig is a simple way to download mode. You simply insert the jig when the phone is powered off, and within about 3 seconds, the phone will enter download mode. And more importantly, for the Galaxy S2, this also erases your download information. Now what that means is Samsung won't be able to recognize how many times this phone has ever flashed custom firmware kernels or boot screens. This is especially useful for claiming full warranty on a broken device, because if they see that you flashed it, they may reject your warranty. So it's a highly recommended piece of hardware. You can get that jig in the link in the description below at my site. Just $8, a little bit more for international customers, and we'd love to sell you one, and we've sold about over 1,500, which is pretty much more than anyone in the world. So with all that said, we are now in download mode. It's time to open Odin. So we will open Odin. You do the same. And once you've downloaded my package, be sure to extract it to some folder on your desktop and click the PDA option. You need to browse out to where that package is. So for me, it's right here, Mobile TV Boot Screen SGS II. Double click it, and you'll see one file that'll show up out of all the files that are in there. SGS2_custom_param_lfs.tar. Double click it, and it will pre-fill in the blank right there. Make sure the other options are mimicked in the same way. So auto reboot, reset time, be sure repartition isn't checked, none of the other ones are checked, and that everything else is blank except for the PDA option. At this time, we can go ahead and plug in our phone, if I can get my USB cable situated here. Now after you've installed your drivers, you'll go ahead and get a COM port. This means that the computer is recognizing the PC. Now it's time to click Start. Before you click Start, I want to stress that there's no need to freak out when the screen is black for a while. It's not going to have a boot screen to show you, so it's going to appear black for about 5 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and click Start. And we'll see it flash on the phone. It'll flash and it will reboot the phone. Okay, so we've now rebooted our phone. Logo.jpg draw failed, and we go into recovery mode. Now yours may be blue, it's not a big deal, but if you did follow the video before, you'll have Clockwork Mod Recovery. In either scenario, click the center button for Reboot System now. it's going to reboot and it's going to be black again and it's going to say logo draw failed. This is because what you've just done is flashed a blank file into your phone. This allows us to put a new file in. Due to the strict partitioning restrictions, you are not actually able to overwrite a file in the LFS partition. However, I found that if you flash nothing to the zone, you can actually write a new file in. Alright, so now we're back up and running. We need to put the phone in USB debugging mode. Click the settings button, settings option, choose applications from the settings menu, development. Make sure the USB debugging box is checked with a green check. Then you can go ahead and click off. Now we need to open the folder that contains the rest of my files. So here it is. And what we'll see in here is the ADB.exe along with the appropriate DLLs to run these commands. And you'll also see some logos, some JPEGs. So the batch file, which is the most important, Odin is actually in the package as well, just in case you didn't download it, which by now you should have, because how the heck did you flash anything? But and then you'll see the tar file you flashed as well as Busybox. So the way this works is basically this script pushes whatever you have named logo.jpg to the phone, and then it pushes it from the phone to the LFS partition. At that point, it's done. Now remember, this only works if you have a rooted device with Busybox, which you should already have if you just watched my root video, or you already know what those mean and you had your phone pre-rooted with Busybox beforehand. Pretty much if you're on a custom ROM, you should be pre-rooted with Busybox. I don't know what custom ROM wouldn't have that already in effect. So anyways, let's take a look at our pictures. This is the one I'm going to flash. It's a little mobiletechvideos.com one that I've made with an Android eating an apple. There's a couple other ones in here that I'll include for you guys, such as those. Pretty cool, probably a lot cooler than mine. But needless to say, name the picture of your choice to logo.jpg. And remember, if you're going to try to build one yourself, try to match it to the phone's pixel resolution size. That way it fits the screen perfectly. And don't exceed 100 kilobytes. I know that I may have said 20 in the past. I've tested this hands down, and it works with 100 or less, I know. I wouldn't go any bigger than that. Technically, with ParamLFS, you're not risking a hard brick, but you could enter a soft brick situation. And if you're not familiar with getting out of that, I would stick to 100 kilobytes or less. So anyways, we've got our picture named logo.jpg. It's time to run the script. So let me get my phone and we'll plug in here. Alright, USB debugging is now active. And I'm going to give my PC a moment to recognize the phone. Okay, everything should be good to go from here. So double click the batch file. And I'll zoom in on this for you guys. Let me get that centered up for you. Press any key to continue. It's going to kill any ADB instances. It's going to attempt to install Busybox installer. If you didn't have Busybox, it's going to try to install it. If you didn't have it, it installed it right there. And you can go to Busybox installer. And then from here, you could actually also install Busybox, just in case. And to do that, you would simply click install at this time. But anyways, you should already have Busybox at this time. It installs the Busybox installer just in case you don't. Press any key to continue after you know you have Busybox installed. It's mounting the LFS partition. Be looking at your phone. Say allow. It's going to ask you again. Say allow. And enjoy the new boot screen. Here's a very important part. You really need to subscribe to my channel. Otherwise your phone will catch on fire about 15 minutes after watching this. It's a really sad story, but I've seen it happen a lot. So I really highly recommend subscribing to the channel if you don't want your phone to catch on fire. Okay, so press any key to continue. It'll close that off. So let me zoom back out just a little bit. And we can unplug this. Alright, so basically those two root request commands were asking for root access to push the file to the phone and then to push that file from the phone's SD card to the phone's LFS partition. Once you've done that, the new file's in place. Now to verify, power the phone off and then we'll power the phone back on and you'll be able to see exactly the changes that were made and you'll have a beautiful new boot screen as long as you receive no errors. And if you did, post up in the thread and retry. XDA Developers thread is below if you are finding this without finding that thread first. Alright, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and power up. And there we have our beautiful mobiletechvideos.com boot screen, or whatever screen you've chosen. That's how to flash a new boot screen to your Samsung Galaxy S2. Be sure to check out our Galaxy S1 video, link in the description below for that. If you have a Captivate, a Vibrant, or a 99000, I actually have a T959V, which is the Vibrant 4G package as well, if you're a Vibrant 4G fan, and you can actually check that out there. So we are mobiletechvideos.com. Be sure to bookmark the website, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. We'd really appreciate you being a subscriber here on YouTube, as we put out new content pretty much every week. And Galaxy S2 download mode jig works for Galaxy S1 devices as well. Quick, easy way to download mode. More importantly, resets the firmware counter on your Galaxy S2 device. Check that out at mobiletechvideos.com. I look forward to picking you up as a subscriber and a viewer, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.